Hello and welcome to this webinar on Synowledge TrackWise Services. My name is Donal McLaughlin. I am the Marketing Manager for Synowledge and will be your moderator today. This presentation is approximately 20 minutes in length, including a few minutes at the end for Q&A. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to type them into the message window throughout the webinar, and I will put the questions to the team during the Q&A segment. A recording of this webinar will be distributed over the coming days. So with that, I will pass you over to our presenter today, who is Raj, TrackWise SME at Synowledge.
Hello everyone, a very good morning. I'm Raj, welcoming you all once again on behalf of Synowledge for this webinar on TrackWise. In the next 15 to 17 minutes, I would be walking you through Synowledge experience on TrackWise and our delivery model, Synowledge TrackWise offerings, a slide on our web service offerings as it has become one of the integral part of TrackWise. Couple of slides on our success stories, basically tells you who our customers are, what they had in their hand, and what we offer to them. The last slide would basically sum up why we Synowledge can become your service partner. Are aware of TrackWise product being one of the widest quality management software that is used currently. But for the benefit of everyone, I would just like to spend less than a minute on TrackWise introduction. TrackWise, a quality management software provided by Sparta Systems that offers the flexibility to configure the core business process specific to the company. For example, like event kappa, deviations, change control, compliance. It basically defines, track, manage, and report those activities effectively and with ease. The widely used version among the customer is version 8+. Specifically, they are moving towards version 8.5. However, the latest version that is available in the market is 8.7, where Sparta offers key differentiators like TrackWise on mobile and cloud computing. With this introduction, I would just take you through the Synowledge experience on TrackWise. We have a highly skilled pool of resources having vast experience on TrackWise implementations, report development, web service implementation, and integration. We exhibit a tailored delivery model that really suits our customer, be it a complete on-site model, because we do have our customers asking for a complete on-site model. They need the resources sitting next to them and getting them things resolved. But they also offer, offshore service model, which is going to be a really cost-effective one. But Synowledge recommend a balanced one, which is an on-site offshore model, wherein team works across the time zones. We have resources working across geographies and timings for better coverage and to provide seamless service to our customers. This slide basically talks about Synowledge TrackWise offerings. We, as a TrackWise service provider, offer end-to-end support for TrackWise. Right from installation of your TrackWise system or a new landscape, setting up of environments like development, QA, production, at times training as well, because customers do require training environment to explicit training. And we also perform upgrade of existing systems, the migrator setup, and complete snapshot creation. We also have experience in implementing new TrackWise systems like change control, compliance, SHE, audit. We develop the complete config forms. We also develop the complete workflows, states, and the complete configurations. We also set up the TrackWise coordinator for automated queries and also the metadata setup for them. We also have experience in rekeying a data migration, configuring an existing system onto TrackWise, and end-to-end migration of data without any loss. Now that integration has become one of the key need of the day, Synowledge offers web service or file-based integrations that are currently supported by TrackWise. We do offer complete crystal report installation, new reports development, bug fixing, and complete documentation around reports. In addition to these technical pieces, we also offer verification and validation services, wherein Synowledge would participate in executing the performance qualification, the operation qualification and IQ document, and also the SOP creation and end-to-end testing, including support for the UAT. On this slide, I would just concentrate on Synowledge Web Services. TrackWise Web Services are open API that allows the external system to interact with TrackWise. There are two levels of TrackWise services. One is an outbound web service, which basically interacts with external system, extracting the data from the system and makes it available for TrackWise for use. It also have inbound web services, which basically performs activity within TrackWise to create records or to move records or to update a PR. With that, I would just walk you through the services that are on the slides, which we believe some of the key that would be applicable for any customer. One being an integration with MDH, Master Data Hub, where we have implemented to get information on the product from the Master Data Hub. And we also have implemented web services interacting with ERP system to retrieve customer information and lot serial information. We also have developed web services that interacts with Siebel CRM to retrieve complaint records and create those complaint records in the system. We also have interactions with regulatory submission system, sending the medical device reports directly to the agencies. Those covers the outbound web services that we offer. In addition to it, we also have the inbound web services, wherein we also create records within the system, move them to the next state, for example, creating a product record or moving a medical review record when a product record comes to a particular state. We offer that. On the next couple of slides, I would be walking you through our customer service. The first slide is a customer Spanish-based multinational pharmaceutical company for whom we offer TrackWise consolidation and application support. It actually all started with a small engagement to provide them technical support to their existing system. But later, Synowledge engaged ourselves in complete development of a risk assessment module, wherein we worked with the business to understand the requirement, translated it to design, and implemented it and performed end-to-end testing. There was a situation in the middle of the engagement wherein customer had another TrackWise system which was actually having an issue that the database had some problems wherein it is going out of compliance. And the customer wanted Synowledge to get involved in there and get that right for them. Synowledge developed a dedicated team with the required expertise to satisfy the customer requirement. So we managed to help them with each of their challenges. The first one being a system which is unattended, having compliance issues, and the second system which is having the other modules. So what we propose to them is that we would rekey all these informations into a new system and also make logical separations of the modules. But we had another challenge in our hand, that how do we move the audit trail information and the attachments from the legacy system to the new system, because this is not something that TrackWise in itself gives you an opportunity to do. So Synowledge developed an out-of-box tool to execute the data migration from the legacy system without any loss of data, including the audit trail information and the attachments. This was well taken by the customer, because the reason for that is we gave them 60 man-days of effort saving, and also we managed to give them complete system, which is a complete compliance system, merging all the modules into a single system. The next slide is one of our leading US healthcare company, one of the top 10 pharma, with whom our engagement was implementing and supporting their compliance system. They initially needed us to provide support for their configurations and web services, and also needed round-the-clock support during unplanned activities and for any emergency issues. They also wanted us to develop crystal reports for them. The key challenges that this customer had was they had vendors sitting in different locations, so handling multiple vendors across locations was one of their key challenges. And also, they had issues with the performance of their existing system, be it reports. They understood completely the customer situation, and Synowledge first proposed them that we would employ on-site offshore model and had the right mix of resources accordingly to provide a best-in-class service to them. We onboarded a dedicated on-site manager interfacing with the offshore team on a daily basis, making sure that the customer requirements are translated down to the team. Synowledge also organized regular calls with the vendors and the interfacing team to reduce the turnaround time, also to understand if there are any changes in their end and future resolution of issues. With respect to reports, we developed the reports with materialized views, which actually gave them a great performance improvement. In fact, we gave them around about 30% improvement in the performance of their reports. This last slide would basically conclude the points, the key differentiators to consider Synowledge. We, Synowledge, have successful track record in partnering with organizations across globe for executing TrackWise implementation of high complexity. Being a leading PV support service provider, Synowledge has best-in-class of resources with rich domain expertise across RA, drug safety, and IT services for the pharma and medical industries. We have a global team with proven ability to manage TrackWise projects of any size and complexity. Keeping customer as our primary focus, Synowledge doesn't believe on one-size-fitting-all model. We are always flexible enough to meet the customer requirements. Synowledge also offers a unique style, saying a pilot model, wherein we would give an opportunity to our customer to try us before they buy us. We will engage ourselves with the customer for a very short period of time, probably making a POC for them, which would, if their customer is going to be happy, they can engage us with a bigger scope of work. And one of the key value that Synowledge delivers is quality and cost-effective TrackWise services to our customer in a timely manner. With this, I conclude my presentation, and I would hand it over back to Donald.
Thank you, Raj. Before we proceed to the Q&A section, I just want to give you a very quick 1-minute overview of Synowledge Services. During this period, if anyone has any questions, can I invite you to type them into the chat window now. So Synowledge specializes in providing drug safety, regulatory affairs, and supporting IT services to a diverse range of pharmaceutical, biotech, and medical device companies. In drug safety, our solutions include full case management, generation of expedited and periodic reports, QPPV services, medical literature review, analysis and trending of cases, and medical call center services. In reg affairs, our solutions include global regulatory submissions, which include medical devices, medicinal products, global clinical trial applications from phase 1 through to phase 5, post-marketing services, including writing and submission of variations in annual reports, product compliance and safety or quality updates, and labeling services, including translations, updates, or maintenance. And finally, in IT services, we help companies manage and maintain their drug safety, and other critical applications. Services include hosting, cloud services, and mobile applications. We've now reached the Q&A section of our presentation. We've had a few questions come in. If we run out of time here, or if questions are submitted after the event, we will respond directly. So I'm just going to unmute Raj now so he can respond to these questions. So the first question is from Sasha. Sasha asks, in your experience, what is the main reason why organizations want to upgrade to TrackWise version 8?
Okay, thanks, Donald. Thanks, Sasha, for the question. It's a good one. Probably I would answer this in a different way, that identifying the key differences between the earlier version of TrackWise and version 8.5, which actually encourages the business user to get it upgraded. The first and foremost thing that I believe is the TrackWise analytics, a new business intelligent real-time reporting, which actually attracts the users. Basically, the earlier version of TrackWise had the legacy way of predefined crystal reports, nothing that can be done by the users themselves. But with TrackWise Analytics, it gives the opportunity for the business users to develop their reports, like just drag and drop reporting, which actually reduce their dependency on the technical staff. And the other reason which I feel is the look and feel of the version 8.5. Basically, I believe Sparta has come up with a few unique updates. Actually, they have updated the ad hoc queries, which actually has a better look and feel, and also believe that they have made sure that the family tree, which actually had a different view earlier, now they have made it up with a more proper one, like grouping and collapsing and expanded features. The other thing what Sparta has done to make sure that they are in line with the customers is they made sure that the latest version supports the other technology integrations, like the version 8.5 supports I think Internet Explorer 9 and also the Documentum 6, something of that sort they have to the latest version. And the other one is probably a bit technical, which the users would experience but not see it. It's actually the performance improvement. I believe Sparta actually come up with adding reporting data source for betterment of the reports, and also clearing some of the transactions of the users to make sure that the sessions are cleared well. So I believe these are the key differentiators actually that urge the customers to get into the next version, be it TrackWise 8.5.
Thank you, Raj. Sasha, there's quite a bit of detail there, so if you would like to have a one-on-one conversation with our SME, with Raj, please do reach out to us after the webinar. So I'll move on to the second question. This one comes in from Dave, and the question is, how do pharma companies use TrackWise Mobile? What benefits does it bring?
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for the question. This particular thing, I mean, on the mobile, actually is getting the need of the day. But to be honest, that we don't have customers directly where we have implemented TrackWise 8.7. But we have seen a lot of information from Sparta Systems around this, the mobile functionality. We also interact with the customers trying to understand how best it would be for them. And we receive a positive feedback that they believe it would add value to them because they're currently doing two ways of working. That is, they have to do the paperwork on their system, and then they have to get that translated onto the system. So that becomes a two-way of working. But I believe with this TrackWise on mobile, I think they would be able to work on the records that are assigned to them on the fly, and probably would also help them to create records and also see views and other records that are assigned to the people. So I think that would be a faster reach of the records, and that would be pretty much required for the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay, thank you, Raj. And next question is actually from an anonymous visitor. So this question is, we have an old installation of TrackWise with many integrations to other systems and are considering an upgrade. How would you minimize our risk to operations during this upgrade?
That's a very valid question. First, I'm not sure about which older version that you are in, because the steps are going to be a bit different for version 7 and version 8. But the key things that I would want everyone to be considered during an upgrade is upgrading TrackWise does not mean that TrackWise is getting upgraded. It also means that the supporting components get upgraded along with that, like the crystal reports, the JDK, and the complete infrastructure. And also, we need to understand that the newer version of TrackWise gives an opportunity to align our business process as part of the process groups. So we need to have clear idea on modularizing our process on the new system. So we need to be very much aware of the current system and how we want to get that moved and modularized so that we have a logical separation. The other thing which we need to keep in mind is the newer version of TrackWise, version 8.5, is going to use your LDAP authentication and not your Windows authentication, because this is something that we have, with our experience, seen that we would miss this point, even though it is a very minor point. The other one which will be challenging is going to be on the reports. When we are upgrading, we need to make sure that if you're using the Crystal Report Server 2008, then we need to have the Crystal Report embedded to get your auto reports running. Yes, I mean, this is predominantly not all, but the key ones, but the list goes on. But what I would say is that we have enough expertise in this area, and probably would ask the user to come back to us for any further help, and we would be able to happily assist them.
Thank you, Raj. So I know that, again, we skirted over that. There's probably a lot more detail in that. So if the anonymous visitor has got any further detail on their particular requirements, please do let us know, and we'll be able to give you a more considered response. Just conscious of time, we're coming up on the 20 minutes, and we want to make sure to keep this webinar on time. So with that, I'm going to close the Q&A section. If you have any additional questions, please do come back to us, and we will respond via email after the webinar. Thank you to everyone for registering to this event. We'll distribute a recording of the presentation over the coming days. As I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us and we can arrange a one-on-one conversation with a Synowledge expert. Please feel free to contact your local Synowledge office. The numbers are on screen at the moment. These are also available at www.synowledge.com or email us at info@synowledge.com. Thank you again. Bye for now.